What's up guys, and welcome back to TEW 2013 and our Global Force Wrestling save. And as you can see, we've got another exciting defector in the works as X question mark is joining us from the WWE. Once again, I'm not going to reveal who it is until we reach the appropriate time. But I look forward to seeing who you guys think it is. It's someone big, it's someone I really like. So anyway, let's get straight into doing our shows. Let's start with, let's do a match to hype up our number one contendership. Storylines, let's see who we've got. Who can we have in this match? Let's have Samoa Joe. Just like destroy Matt Hardy. We did that last week, didn't we? Well, Alberto. We'll have AJ beat someone then. AJ beats Samoa Joe. Or in fact we go for the dodgy double non-finish with interference. Draw and interference, and we'll have both men attacked by Jarrett probably. Nah, actually we'll just have AJ win. But why would Jarrett attack AJ? They're both in the same stable. Pinfall. There we go. Had a match. In fact, we'll make it a tainted win. So Joe doesn't lose any unnecessarily, he doesn't suffer any popularity loss. Let's do a 6-man tag, because I haven't done one of those in a while. I'm going to do 2 of the tag teams in our tag team freeway storyline. So we've got the Addiction as a face team. We can put in Team 3D, if I will put them in the top spot. And singles, like here, this kind of level. We could do some more of our factions for the TNA World Cup. We could have Drew and Bad Influence against Bad Influence and Drew against Nakamura and Team 3D. Holy shit, that's an insane match. And we're gonna have Nakamura wins over Frankie Kazarian. There we go. Now let's have another singles match for the tournament where we can have one of our legends that we've brought in, Ultimo Dragon, faces off with and beats Kenny Omega. And that can be our... Do we want that to be our opener? No, we'll make that close to the open, but not the actual opener. Pinfall all-out match. Our actual opener will be the start of the rise of the greatest professional wrestler of all time, as Ruff Crossing makes his debut defeating Zack Sabre Jr., whose contract's about to expire. So what's that to be? Is that 5? Because it's a opener? 5. Ruff Crossing, pinfall, decisive win. Sorry, Zack. Normally I would have used Zack Sabre Jr. better, but, he's about to leave and all that, and I don't really... that's 75% matches. No, it isn't. That's just... That's about 60%, so we can start doing angles now. So, I kind of want to... What did we do last week for this? Brock attacks Ray. Ray challenges him to... We'll do the contract signing with the two guys, hosted by Heyman. So Paul Heyman hosts a contract signing between Brock and Ray, where Brock attacks Ray after the contract signing's done. That'll be like a good 10-minute section at the end. Now what other angles can we have? We can have... What storylines have we done? Oh damn, we didn't do Okada doing a US Open challenging. We'll do that on the pre-show. We'll just have him against some jobber. Okada's a face, so... Oh, Okada versus Noam Dar is a cool match. I'd actually quite like to see that match in real life. That would be awesome. Okada wins with a decisive win by pinfall. All-out match, work the crowd. There we go. Oh, that's 5 minutes. We'll put that back to here. Hopefully, we should be able to get within the time limit, otherwise we may have to cull something. Maybe that. Or maybe this. Or we could combine both. Cut Ruff Crossing's match and we'll have him debut next week. And have Okada beat Zack Sabre Jr. I don't think that was that Okada's match last week? Let's have a look. Oh yeah. G FW, it was Zack Sabre Jr. Darn. We definitely want Okada to have a match. Who can he face? Again, preferably, who can he beat as well? Let's have Okada versus Pentagon Jr. with Okada picking up the win. That's like our opening contest as well. Okada, pinfall, decisive win, work the crowd, all-out match. Oh yeah, and the US title's on the line. I do like how the US title is rarely a match involving US talent. I like how that's firmly established as part of our identity as a company. Now, what can we do? I want to do a whole held apart heated confrontation backstage between some of the people in the #1 contendership storyline. So maybe between Samoa Joe and... Was Alberto and Jeff? I think I settled their issue. We could do AJ and Samoa Joe. Let's do that. AJ and Samoa Joe, and do that like towards the opening of the show. That's like towards our opening. And later on we've got... Is there like an authority, aligns with heel, books 1v1. Where Jim Ross, who's sort of our de facto 40 figure, books AJ and Samoa Joe for later on in the evening. I prefer to be unscripted. Okay. What else can we add in? We don't have any tag team stuff really, so, well, apart from the triple threat, so we could have LAX cut a promo on challenges an enemy team who accept the challenge. Let's have... I can't remember what match I was planning for these guys. Let's have the Dudleys cut a promo on Team 3D saying they... Or the Team LAX saying they won the belts back. They prefer to be unscripted. Fair enough. Of course, the Dudley boys just came back on Raw. I'm extremely happy about that, because the Dudleys are awesome. And if you don't think the Dudleys are awesome, you're wrong, because they are awesome. Let's have a look. What else can we do? Let's look at our storylines. We've got Lesnar, #1 contendership. We should do more with the other people in that. Let's have Rhino. Let's have Rhino attack Alberto backstage Backstage. Is there a backstage attack? No. Oh, it's like a 1v1 attack. That'll do. Rhino is going to attack Alberto backstage, and that'll give us a match for next week. We can do Rhino versus Alberto. That's kind of cool. The 3v3 is... Oh yeah, some of the... We've got people... How can I have the World Cup? It doesn't have hasn't had a promo. Who is charismatic and speaks English? Guess we have Drew cutting a promo on Nakamura. That could work. Hype. Promo 1v1. Drew. It's quite cool seeing who all the people, well, who all you guys are think is going to win. A lot of folk think Team Scotland. I think you probably think I'm a bit biased because I'm Scottish, so you're like, obviously, Mild is going to push his own guys. Maybe I am. Maybe I aren't. You're not going to know. Isn't it exciting? Do I have a stuff book for the World Cup? Yeah, I've got the 6-way and the World. That's like an assigning to make it official. In fact, you know, we'll have Ray cut a little promo about it. Because Ray's not really spoken on the issue. He's challenged him. He's not really said, you know, how he feels about Brock Lesnar showing up, kicking everyone about. There we go. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work quite well. Let's check we're not in Puerto Rico. We're in the southeast, that's okay. So let's run the show. I bet they had solid in action, but not much in the way of heat. Okada defeated Pentagon Jr. in 807 by pinfall by Rainmaker. Okada makes defense number 2 of his United States title. Got 49. AJ Styles and Samoa Joe have a heated confrontation and eventually come to blows. Security swarm the ring to break them up before they can hurt each other. Basically those two were arguing like, oh, we both want to be, you know, the number 1 contender, there can only be one, etc, etc. Drew Galloway cuts a promo on Nakamura. He struggled going off script, that's annoying. Basically Drew's like, damn, Nakamura, you're like, oh, we're going to win, Team Japan's going to win the Global Cup, but we're going to win, because Scotland, yay, 13-14 and all that. Jim Ross books a match between AJ Styles and Samoa Joe to happen later tonight. Got a 67. Quite pleased with that rating. I had to make a note somewhere for when I'm recording these what our average popularity is, so what's a good rating. I think 67 is a good rating for GFW. This angle indicates maybe I want to continue without breaking one because it's the same night. An awful match that was completely devoid of heat. Ultimo Dragon defeated Kenny Omega in 819 by pinfall by Dragonsteiner. I got 30. Very disappointed in that. Very disappointed in an awful match. Jesus Christ. Team 3D cut a promo on LAX. Did quite a good job, basically saying they want another title chance, they want their belts back, you know, the usual. I bet it featured had solid in action, but not much in the way of heat. Nakamura and Team 3D defeated Galloway and The Addiction in 12:05 when Nakamura defeated Frankie Kazarian by pinfall while landslide. It was 51. June Galloway seemed off his game tonight. Housing quality lifted the match. Ray cuts a promo on Brock Lesnar. That got us an 82. Good. Ray improvised well throughout, and that advances our storyline. Rhino attacks Alberto. Got 58. C-, that's quite bad. Advances that storyline. But that featured great action and a good crowd. AJ Styles defeated Samoa Joe 11:59 by pinfall by using underhand tactics. They have great chemistry together and it showed in their performances. I got an 81. Nice. In the ring, oh my god, thank Christ this is the closing segment. In the ring, Brock Lesnar and Rey Mysterio have a contract signing for the upcoming match with Paul Heyman serving as the host. Brock Lesnar signs the contract first before handing it over to Rey Mysterio Jr., who then jots his name down, making the match official. However, things don't go so easy afterwards, and Brock Lesnar attacks Rey Mysterio Jr. Oh no! That never normally happens. After the brawl, Brock Lesnar leaves Rey Mysterio lying after F5ing him through the table, because that is what would happen and it would be so good. Like whenever Brock Lesnar F5s anyone. General feeling is we don't have enough interesting storylines going on. Probably because every main eventer is in the one storyline. Well, every main eventer outside of Rey is all focused on that number one contendership storyline. So that'll change, you know, our next show. And the show increased our popularity in 11 regions. So that's still good. So 7A increases our popularity. So that's good to remember. So anyway, that's the end of this episode. I hope you've been enjoying GFW so far. I have, even though I have some really bad problems with this mod at times, where the way it rates certain matches. Like, I refuse to believe that Ultimo Dragon and Kenny Omega is an awful match. It might not get like a big crowd reaction from like a non-hardcore wrestling fan base, but it wouldn't be bad. That's like going, oh, because they're high flyers, Dean Malenko and, well, Dean Malenko wasn't a high flyer, he was a cruiserweight, but, you know, Dean Malenko and Eddie Guerrero was bad. Because they weren't the main eventers, you know. That's just me. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and if you did, and want to see more other stuff, hit the subscribe button. If you enjoyed this episode in particular, you can give it a like, give it a little thumbs up, and I hope to see you in the next one.